Hi Leo, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for March. I hope you're well. I am going to take just a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Leo out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies may reverse. So if it is resonating, Leo, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Leo? Leo. All right, Leo, you are starting out with the Page of Cups reversed. We have the Knight of Coins, and we have the King of Wands. All right, so Leo, I can see that you're holding back emotionally here with this Page of Cups in reverse. There's definitely feelings and emotions here, but you're moving very, very slowly. Why? Well, because you want stability. You don't want to make decisions that are just emotional. So I feel like you're kind of holding back. King of Wands does tell me that you are in your power, which is a very good thing. Very strong fire energy, and you are a fire sign. I feel like you're being proactive. You are moving forward. Your money could be moving a little bit slower than you want it to right now, but it is coming in. And just remember that the Knight of Coins is the only knight that actually crosses that finish line. So while you're moving slowly, you are moving very steadily and very methodically almost. So I do see you being proactive. I see you feeling empowered as well. So let me see who's in Leo's energy, please. Show me who's in Leo's energy. All right. So we have the Death card. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. We have the Queen of Wands. And we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. So this is somebody you've had an ending with. And that's why you've kind of pulled those feelings and emotions back. However, I will tell you, we have both the King and the Queen of Wands in the upright. And so that tells me that you're dealing with a divine partner here. Knight of Wands here in the reverse. This person could have been a little bit of a player, or this could have been an on and off type of relationship. There could be a transformation that's happening, but it's happening very, very slowly. You could be dealing with another Leo like yourself, or an Aries or a Sagittarius as well. Let's see the energy between Leo and this person. Yeah, that makes perfect sense why you would be kind of guarding your feelings here. Yeah, Queen of Cups. There's love here. There's definitely, and it's on both sides. It's on both sides. So I feel like you're beginning to express those feelings and emotions, but you're approaching this in a very slow manner. And this person does love you. So there could be like some sort of a transformation that's occurring with somebody that you had an ending with. You're very guarded with this person, though. Let me see. I feel like more and more you're opening up, though. What's affecting it is the Sun. And I do like that because that does indicate happiness. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. It also indicates clarity. So I do feel like this person's going to be very clear with you. I feel like they are very focused on you. And I feel like you're both happy. Like it's coming out, you know, affecting the Queen of Cups, affecting the love between the two of you. So that's actually very positive. Show me the outcome for Leo. Three of Wands reversed. Something you've been waiting for is over. That wait is over. I do feel like you are feeling very empowered with this situation, that you were waiting for something. They were waiting for something as well. You're dealing with a divine partner, but I feel like this relationship, either you're dealing with somebody that has been off and on and off and on, or you're dealing with somebody that, you know, could have been a little bit of a player at some point. So the happiness and the love is what you were both waiting for, and that wait is over. So it's looking positive. Let me see. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the, what is this? The Four of Pentacles in the reverse. All right, so the Four of Pentacles in the reverse indicates that something here is being released. Something is being let go of. Something that you were holding on to for quite some time, or they were. It could be, you know, whatever occurred in the past that caused this ending or that caused you to pull back. But something here is being released. And that releasing of that is going to open things up. It's going to create happiness and clarity. All right, so let's clarify. Spirit, why is the Page of Cups in reverse? Some of you may have been involved with somebody else, a newer person, and that didn't work out. All right, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and Temperance. Yeah, that's healing. That's an offer here. That's communication. That's, again, you stepping into your power. You also looking at this person, Queen of Wands, and, you know, understanding and saying, yes, this is my divine partner. So if you're dealing with, you could be dealing with a twin flame or a deep soulmate connection, but I do feel like you recognize that. You're recognizing it. You're passionate about this person. You love this person. And I do feel like you want to balance things out. And healing is happening. Whereas previously you were shutting down. So I feel like you're starting to open up a little bit more with this person. And I feel like you're also trying to figure out how to go about healing this connection. So you're looking at that. You're trying to figure it out. Why is the Knight of Coins here for Leo? Four of Cups. And the Hierophant in the reverse. Yeah, that's that ending. That's the ending. There was a sense of feeling disrespected here. There was a sense of thinking, well, maybe this is just going to be a missed opportunity. I do feel like you're getting clarity on why things ended between the two of you. You're proceeding forward, but in a very cautious manner. Why? Well, because you're looking back at the past. You've learned some lessons from the past. And I feel like at some point you said, look, if this person isn't for me as much as I do have feelings for them, then I just want to be happy. So, you know, if they can't understand and see the love that I am bringing to the table, then I have to move forward. And I feel like at the point that you began to move forward is when this person came in. Let me see. You've definitely had an ending with this person. So this is someone from your past. Why is the King of Wands here for Leo? Why is the King of Wands here? Oh, yeah. Look at you. Nine of Pentacles. Strong, independent. And the Sun card in reverse. So, yeah, I feel like you started moving forward from this person. You knew that you loved them. You weren't really entertaining anyone else, or if you did, it didn't work out. But you were willing to move forward because if this person couldn't provide the commitment to you, they couldn't acknowledge what you were bringing to the table, you were basically saying, I have to move forward. It's difficult, but I have to do that because I deserve to be happy. You became very independent here in your energy. There's a spiritual energy to this. You stepped into your power, and yet there was still this unhappiness that was here. Because in the back of your mind, you were waiting for this person. Yeah. So I definitely see that. And there was this energy of you saying, I don't even know if this person's ever going to get their act together. So let's look at their energy. Let's see if they're getting their act together. Spirit, why is the Death card here for the person in Leo's energy? Ace of Wands reversed. And the Four of Wands. You may have been married to this person. If you weren't married to them, you were in a long-term connection with them. In their energy, they're recognizing that they don't have stability. Since this ended, they lost their passion for life. They lost the stability in their life. And they realize that they love you. You both came to that realization that there is love that is still here. Yeah, this person, this ending was very profound for this person. Let me see why the Queen of Wands is here. Justice in the reverse. Ace of Swords. Yeah, that's clarity. This person may have clarity that there was something that was not being done properly here, because the clarity is coming towards justice in the reverse, an injustice, clarity about an injustice. To who? The Queen of Wands. That's your energy. So I do feel that this person feels that the two of you are, you know, divine partners, and there's going to be communication as well about an injustice here that has been done. Yeah, I have to tell you, Leo, that the ending of this relationship caused a profound transformation for this person. You could be dealing with a Libra, but this person's going through a very profound transformation, and it was actually caused by the ending of this connection. And I do see them actually taking accountability for an injustice that's been done. Now, they could also be saying, you know, okay, well, Leo, I feel like you've done this or that to me. But remember, these are things that I feel like are being released. They're being let go with this Four of Pentacles reverse. So there's going to be clarity here, and that clarity will lead to, it'll lead to happiness. So this is the rebalancing of this connection, where both parties are have basically grown, and both parties are now communicating their grievances. Let me see the Knight of Wands reversed. Show me the Knight of Wands reversed. Eight of Cups reversed. And the Page of Cups. Yeah, this person may have walked away from the connection, and I do feel like they're the one who came back in. And if they haven't, they're going to. You may have been waiting for that and wondering if it was ever going to happen. For some of you, this person's going to come in with an apology. For others of you, they're just going to kind of open that door and basically say, hey, you know, I miss you, or, you know, they're expressing something here in a very loving but very small way. And it would come after a period of no communication, a period, because it looks like it was on and off here. So you may have heard from this person, then not heard from them, but they're coming back in. Yeah, that wait is over. And the wait was for this expression of sincerity, and possibly an apology, an expression of love. And I feel like at some point you had already determined it was never going to happen. So it might blindside you. Let me see the energy between Leo and this person. Show me the energy between Leo and this person. Okay, so we have the Moon, Seven of Swords, 10 of Swords, and the Nine of Wands reverse. Interesting. So there was deception that was here. There was some sort of deception. Even though there was love, there was deception that created this very painful ending. And I do feel like you went through a very difficult time. Yeah, you could still be on the cusp of that, and that's why you're moving forward in a very slow manner. Because you want to balance this out, but you don't know if this person is ever going to come towards you. I'm seeing that. So I do see an extremely painful ending here, but you still love this person. I do like, Leo, that you have empowered yourself, though. And I do feel like that was a difficult thing, because I'm seeing a lot of pain, possibly even some depression. And it's related to deception. Now, in their energy, this person literally felt so overwhelmed with everything. There was no stability in their life. They were not passionate about anything. This ending affected them dramatically. And there was a sense of hopelessness. This person has trust issues as well. But I do feel like they, at some point, this ending was so painful for them that it spurred them into this transformation. But they had to give up on, something that they were holding on to. So let me see. Show me the sun. Why is the sun here? Why is the sun here? So if this person hasn't reached out to you, they're going to. Because they're undergoing a deep transformation. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. Show me the sun. King of Pentacles reversed. And the Three of Wands. Yeah, Three of Wands will go into reverse. This person has been waiting to reach out to you, waiting to talk to you, waiting to give clarity to the situation. They may have at some point been blaming you for what has taken place here, but I feel like they're now taking accountability. They're taking, responsibility for what they've done. And if they haven't reached out to you yet, they're going to. Because this is what's affecting the connection, is that the clarity. This person has been waiting to bring clarity to the situation. Meanwhile, in your energy, this has been a tremendous loss for you. A tremendous loss. And you feel very disrespected. So again, I feel like you made this decision to begin to move forward into your own happiness. And just accept this as a loss. Maybe this person wasn't providing commitment in the situation. Or maybe they needed to end something elsewhere. I'm not sure. It could be either of those, but the clarity that you've been seeking, that you've been waiting for, is coming. It's just it's gonna surprise you though. Let me see your outcome. Show me the outcome for Leo. Show me the outcome for Leo. All right, we have the Six of Swords reversed. We have the Four of Cups reversed. And there's the Ten of Cups. So what have you been waiting for? Happiness. Yeah, you both have. I feel like that wait is over. So there's big changes that are happening and they might take you by surprise. Now, let's talk about your energy. What are you letting go of? We have, again, the Four of Pentacles reversed. So you may be feeling like, okay, well, I have worked hard to become very independent on my own here. And even though I didn't feel like everything was completely over with this person and there was still something missing, I was kind of waiting for them to come around. It's going to shock you, it looks like, when they do, but it will also make you very happy. And I do see you releasing and letting go of that unhappiness, releasing and letting go of the lack of clarity, the loss that you were experiencing. So this is really good energy for you, and I do see happiness coming about. Now, on their side, this person, I feel like, did everything they could to walk away from this connection. They weren't talking to you. They were thinking that if they moved away from the connection, that they would find peace, and what they found was utter chaos. And it took a while for them to kind of have that clarity that, oh, Leo is the one. Leo is the person for me. And I do feel like they've gotten that clarity. So if they haven't already reached out to you to provide that clarity, to provide the truth, to let you know that they are coming back towards you, I mean, they definitely are in their little water Uber moving towards you right now. If they haven't already, they're going to reach out. Yeah, because they see you as happiness. So the wait, this person's been waiting, that wait is over. They're headed in your direction. So if they live at a distance from you, they might do a little pop-up visit. And I feel like it's going to be, quite surprising for you, Leo. Bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords in the reverse. This is underlying energy, and it does indicate a lack of communication. It indicates it indicates not knowing something or feeling like things have been omitted or possibly untruthful. This is what you're going to be letting go of. You're going to be letting go of all of the uncertainty. I see a lot of uncertainty here, and you're going to be releasing that and letting it go. Yeah, so I feel like you've got good news coming in. All right, let's pull an oracle card and see if we can get some further clarification or advice. All right, so you have wide open, number 42, and it did come out in the reverse. So in this particular oracle deck, we do read reversals. So, all right, so wide open, it says you are free to express your uniqueness to the world and share in all the bounty of life's endless possibilities. In the reversal, it says envy, jealousy, and possessiveness are the character flaws to be careful of at this time. You or someone else is closed off, unable to remain open to new ideas or intimacy. Heed the gentle warning that too tight a hold on what or who you love or what you aspire to will choke the life out of that which you desire. Open your heart and loosen your grip, for what is truly yours can never be withheld from you. If another is shutting you down, let that person be. Don't try to force a door or a mind to open. Yeah, so it could be that in the trust issues I'm seeing with this person, that they could be very closed-minded about some things. I also see that, you know, in the past with this painful ending, you had kind of, you know, walled yourself off a little bit emotionally. So, you know, you might, both of you kind of need to open your heart a little bit here in order to let this happiness in. All right, I hope this has been helpful for you, Leo. If you have resonated with this, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hype the video if you get the opportunity. Until I see you in your next reading, Leo, know that you are love, and namaste.